Travis Meyn from the Courier Mail is standing by. G'day, Trav.
Hey, guys, up in Rugby League Heartland here, Queensland, where the game belongs.
Okay.
Oh,
How's your so-called pitch up there that your grass just doesn't grow in? What's going on with the pitch, Travis? Is it all going to be
brand new? Brand new, mate.
Yeah, I know, but is it going to take? Is it going to be like Suncorp all those years ago, or?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they make this happen because I just put some new turf down at home, and it's about 3 weeks in, and I can still peel it off the ground. So I don't know how they get it done in 3 days.
Well, I hear that it is woven or weaved in. So there's sort of some sort of plastic growing throughout the grass.
There is a fair bit of artificial turf in the stadium as it is. Yeah, I remember one of the Origin players saying he looked down once and was like, "What's that?" And there's little clumps of AstroTurf through it.
Travis, who was the Origin player? Can you name names?
It was Daly Cherry Evans, actually.
An Origin player.
Right. Now, Travis, you are speaking with a rugby league commentator in Brian Fletcher, so he has to know every detail. He'll be down there ready to call the game.
Yes.
Now, I've got a lot of mates going up there to Magic Round. I'm not certain you need to go to the game, Brian. I said to them, because they're looking for tickets, and I said, do you actually have to go to the game, Travis? Can't you just head down to Caxton Street? And what would be your advice for travelling people into Queensland?
Oh, I agree. Like, I went over to Vegas for the first time this year for the NRL, and I reckon the worst part of it was the actual game day. The whole week and the experience of being there was sort of outranked the actual footy on the field. And I think Magic Round's a bit the same. Like, take a walk down Caxton Street. I don't know if Fletch should actually. You're probably not really wanted down those parts of town. But that's where the buzz is. That's where sort of the atmosphere is, the colour, all the jerseys. It's so much fun. It's such a great event.
Just talking about that Origin player that you mentioned, looking down and seeing the fake grass. So he wants to go around again, DCE. As a Queenslander, are you a fan of this, or do you feel that maybe it's time to usher in someone else?
I'm a big fan of his, and I think his experience is pretty important in that arena. And he didn't have the best series last year, but I think he deserves another crack. I think that's the Queensland way. They seem to give their loyal servants a bit of extra faith and give them a chance to get it right. So, look, I think it's the right move. Unless there was a halfback absolutely beating the door down saying, I demand selection, then maybe they'd have to look at making a change there. But I don't think that's the case. You know, like Tom Dearden's there. He's probably the next in line. Sam Walker's injured this year. Munster's back, so I think we'll see Daly and Munster back together and Dearden probably floating around waiting for his chance. So I think it's the right call at this stage. Unless things go terribly wrong, then they may have to look at it.
Trav, have you? Because we heard a little bit of a whisper that Billy may be keen to select Munster at fullback and Dearden in at 6. Thoughts?
Oh, I can't see that happening.
No.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I think as long as Kalen doesn't do anything too silly. Like he's struggling a bit because Newcastle's struggling as a whole. But I think he should be the fullback ahead of Reece unless things change dramatically. Reece probably isn't fit for the start of the series anyway. And then you've got a guy like Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow he'll play centre for Queensland, but if needed he could play fullback. So I think Munster's fullback days are over. He's getting a little bit older and I think he's best suited in the half.
You're turning on yourselves.
Travis Meyn, hang on.
Cannibalised.
Mate, are you deflecting? Travis Meyn? You've lost the last series. Are you deflecting? This is you with Des Hasler during the week.
That's your.
I don't think coming out and changing all this now, and moving the goalposts, I think it's not being honest with the integrity of the game. And then I don't see why we have to do that.
Are you deflecting though after 4 losses and a couple of?
Oh no, we'll take full responsibility for 4 losses. So don't say that. I never said that. You said that.
No, I said, are you?
No.
Oh,
you said that, Travis.
Yeah.
We didn't say it, Brian, did we? He said it.
Travis, were you scared saying that? Did you have any bodyguards around you?
No, I wasn't scared. Des wouldn't take my call today, so maybe that's the repercussions of that. So,
how does it feel like when you're a journo? I mean, you got to have thick skin. I understand that, but would you say that to any coach?
Oh, I think it's important you do. Yeah,
Okay.
to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think you need to sort of front up at the same time. Like you can't just throw grenades from the sidelines and then never front up on the ground and ask the hard questions. So, look, that wasn't really premeditated. I thought Des was not really in a position. He's an experienced coach, but he's also lost 4 games. And if you go start complaining about the referees, your comments don't carry as much weight. So, look, I thought he was maybe trying to deflect there, so I asked him. And he denied it. So, I don't know, did you enjoy it? I got a lot of messages about that. People saying enjoy the
My hands are
exchange.
sweating.
On the surface, he's calm and ready.
My hands are sweating for you. Because I'm a coward.
Yeah.
I'm the coward of the county, as they like to say. So, well done, Trav.
Trav,
Thanks.
you're up there, Courier Mail in Queensland, of course, heartland of Broncos territory, and the Queensland teams. Obviously, this Broncos side. Where do we see them? Do you feel 2023-ish? Do you see they are and feel they are premiership bound or potentially grand final bound?
I think they've got the potential, but they've got a lot more to get right. I don't think their consistency is quite there yet, and there's still a few little question marks across the park that they need a little bit of improvement. But I think that on their day, I think what we saw last week, they've got probably more strike than any team in the comp. They can hurt you from anywhere on the field, and they're a classy team. So they've got the ingredients to go all the way. They've got to keep Reynolds on the field. They need to get the fullback sorted out, whether it's Walsh or Cobbo looked pretty sharp the other night. And just sort of those edge back row positions, I think they're still a little bit up in the air about that. Their middle's pretty set. I think the edge back rows, Jordan Ricky and Brendan Piakura and sort of Jaden Hunt, Xavier Willis, and they need to sort their sort of defence out, I reckon, if they're going to be a real threat.
Just before we let you go, and we appreciate this, Travis, two things. One, the update on Adam Reynolds, short term, in other words, playing against the Panthers. Long term, will he stay at the Broncos? And the last thing is, are you doing a bit of a pub crawl over Magic Round?
I may have already done a pub crawl just to test things out. Yeah. So I went just a bit of a public service, I'd call it. I went and tested the temperatures of every beer on Caxton Street at the pubs just to make sure I could find the coldest one and point punters in the right direction so they're not getting ripped off at the bar.
What's the top three?
Well, you may have to head to Daily Telegraph, Courier Mail or Code Sports to find out and watch my video.
Beautiful.
The hot tip is the Caxton Hotel came in last on the beer temperature.
No, Trav, you won't be allowed in.
That's all right, because there's other places.
Wow.
Okay, is the old, what was that, the Ice Works, the Ice Bar? What's that called?
Yeah.
The Darling? Is that called the Darling?
Oh, that's a bit down the road. I didn't go to that. I stayed on the strip at Caxton.
Okay.
So tested the Lord Alfred, the Caxton Brewing Co., and the Velveteen Rabbit, a little sneaky, I reckon Fletch might like that, a little sneaky cocktail bar that has a very cold beer as well.
Nah, unless you're going to tell me a few cocktails, I don't like drinking them.
Brian.
And on Reno,
Brian.
he's battling on. He's getting on.
Yes.
He'll play this weekend. He's pushed through. He had a terrible staph infection on game day last week. Pumped himself full of antibiotics and got out there and played. And then hurt his shoulder, but he's all right. I think he's going to play. And beyond this year, who knows? He's desperate to stay at the Broncos. They're desperate to keep him, but they've got some salary cap issues they need to navigate.
Yeah, Brian was talking cocktails in Brian Brown's cocktail movie, weren't you, Brian?
No.
No, okay, you weren't.
I was talking more cocktails that Tiger Woods' dad used to make in the Winnebago while his son was out there at like 10 o'clock at night, and he was there talking to the... Sorry, Travis, I can carry it on.
Okay, Travis, thank you very much, mate. He's deflecting. I didn't say that. You said that, Travis. All right, mate, well done. Thank you very much. We appreciate the update.
Enjoy
Good
Magic
fun.
Round. Enjoy Magic
Thanks,
Round,
Travis.
boys. Bye.
We need to get you on more, Travis. What, you're still here? Well, you can see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio, you beautiful humans.